This is Jarrod Horak. This is a new handicapping video series that I'm going to be doing. And in this video series, I'm going to allow the viewers to go into the comment section in my videos and make some comments on what they would like me to cover. And in this video, I'm going to cover the Exacta. Carlos recently wrote a comment. He says, can you do a video on how to play the Exacta? He says, I'm not talking about an Exacta box. I'm talking about a cold Exacta where you think you have the winner and you're looking for a runner-up. He says, I'm new to the game, but I heard that you have to look for a closer or a late runner to complete the Exacta. So thanks for the comment, Carlos. This is going to be more of a spot betting situation where you're going to have situations where you're going to have front runners that will keep on going on the front end, and you'll have some closers rally to complete that Exacta. A lot of times this happens because the chasers, they get tired of chasing that front runner, and then you have a closer coming in and picking up the pieces. And hopefully you're going to be looking for, you don't want two favorites here. You're going to be looking for a horse. Maybe your front runner is a price. Maybe your closer is a price. But hopefully at least one of those two would be a price. And I'll go through and I'll look at some situations where this does come into play. Now, my full card analysis at Santa Anita Park will begin on December 26th with their winter meet. And if you're interested in my full cards, you can go over to the runawayhorse.com on my sales page for more details. But now we'll just get right into the meat of this video. And one of the situations where this does happen, horses that like to win races. And one of the horses that comes to mind, Zenyatta years ago. Many times I was able to play Zenyatta. She just kept winning and winning, and I was able to get some long shots to come in with her. Sometimes this was more of the opposite, where Zenyatta would rally from last, and maybe the front runner would hold on and finish second. But that was a horse that just loved to win, and you just knew that you could key that horse on top. And if you had a price to come in with her, maybe you could get some decent payoffs. Now, one horse for trainer Bob Baffert recently has been winning races this year, Adir Manor, 5 for 7 in 2023. And there were a couple situations this year where she was able to get out there, run a good race on or near the lead, and then you had horses come from off the pace to complete that Exacta. That happened in the Grade 2 Santa Margarita Stakes on June 10th at Santa Anita Park this year. And that day, Adir Manor, 30 cents on the dollar, was able to get out there and control the pace. She won by more than 4 lengths. Kirsten Bosch, a 12-1 long shot, was able to rally and complete that Exacta. That Exacta only paid $9, but that was a short field. And I had it that day. I liked Kirsten Bosch to come in underneath. It's a horse that earns a decent late kick and likes to pick up some minor awards. So that was a decent one there. And then some other situations with Adir Manor. A second situation was this summer at Del Mar in the Grade 1 Clement L. Hurst Stakes. And in that race, Adir Manor actually didn't get the lead this time. Elm Drive set the pace, but Adir Manor was 60 cents on the dollar. She was right there on the pace, and she was able to take the lead in the stretch. And then Desert Dawn rallied from last place to complete that Exacta. That Exacta paid $11.40 for $2. Again, it was a 5-horse field. So sometimes in those short fields, you can still get some value where you have that overwhelming favorite able to get out there and dictate terms, and then you have a horse that's not the second choice, maybe a little bit of a price to rally and complete the Exacta. And Fun to Dream was the second choice there, but she ran last, and that opened up a better paying Exacta with Desert Dawn running second, and Desert Dawn's another one that just likes to hit the board, just like Kirsten Bosch. Another horse that just does not win races, but loves to hit the board, Smooth Like Butter. This is a mare that runs in Southern California. She's a California bred. She's run 47 times, 3 wins, 10 seconds, and 15 thirds. And I've had a lot of success in Southern California, keying her in second and third in Exactas and trifectas. And one time this year in a stakes race, she was able to complete the Exacta. That was in the Dark Mirage Stakes, September 23rd at Los Alamitos Racecourse. And there you had Ganadora as the heavy favorite, but she was no threat. Yuki was able to get out there and control the pace. She was the second betting choice, and Yuki kept on going there, and she was able to win nicely. And Smooth Like Butter rallied from last place at 9-1 odds to complete that Exacta. And that $2 Exacta that day paid $64.40. So that was a good example of a front runner in a stakes race getting out there and controlling the pace. And then you had that reliable closer rallying and hitting the board. So we've seen horses that that I've covered so far. Horses that like to win races on the front end, and then looking for a horse to complete the exacta. And then the opposite there, you have a horse like Smooth Like Butter that likes to run late and complete the exacta, and then you just need to look for a situation where the speed horse is going to be able to keep on going, and that's exactly what happened in that Dark Mirage Stakes. Now another situation where this front runner keeps on going, rallying for the exacta for a long shot, is when you get a speed bias track. And that's exactly what happened on Cigar Mile Day at Aqueduct this year. That was on December 2nd. It was a muddy, sealed track, and it was a 10 race card, and 7 of the 10 races at Aqueduct that day, the winner went wire to wire. So this was a good situation to look for those kind of exactas where you knew that speed was going to keep on going, and then you could have the chasers getting tired, and then another horse rallying, hopefully at a price, to complete the exacta. And this is what happened in the second race. Although the horse that won that one was a first timer, El Capi, for trainer Rick Dutrow. And in that race, this one, El Capi was able to get out there and control the pace and win by 9 lengths at 13-1 odds. And then you had the morning line favorite, or the post time favorite, Hop Sing, ending up rallying to complete the exacta there. And that was a nice exacta at Aqueduct that day. And that exacta paid $130 for $2. The race right after that, the third race, was an allowance optional claiming race. And in that race, Win It was the favorite, and Win It was able to get out there and set the pace and win by a length and a half. Then you had 24-1 long shot Guntown rally from last place to complete that exacta, and that exacta paid $129 for a couple bucks. So there's another situation where the speed went and kept on going, and then a closer at a price was able to complete that exacta. And 2 other races on that Aqueduct program, a couple stakes races, saw the same thing, where you saw a front runner get out there and keep on going, and then you saw a closer rally and complete the exacta. And that first situation was the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes, and that was for 2-year-olds at a mile and an eighth, and that was the 9th race that day. And Dornoch was the favorite there, and Dornoch was able to get out there and set the pace. And then you had Sierra Leone rally from 10th and last there to complete the exacta. And Sierra Leone actually did have the lead, got the lead in the stretch and passed Dornoch briefly, but Dornoch came back and won that one by a nose. So there's your front runner and closer in that situation, and that one for $2 paid $37.60. And then the final race on the program was the Grade 2 Cigar Mile, and in that race we had a price horse there, Hoist the Flag, from the outside post, post 11 in a 12-horse field. So close to the outside, was able to get out there and set the pace under John Velasquez and just keep on going at 8-1 to win by more than 4 lengths. And then you saw Senor Buscador rally from 12th and last to finish a clear second and complete that exacta. And that exacta paid $61 for $2. So you can see that this situation does come up where the front runner is able to get out there and keep on going, and then a closer completes the exacta. But these are spot betting situations, so look for situations like that. Look for a speed bias track. It can certainly pop up, and you can make a lot of money in one day if you can find that winning exacta in days like the Cigar Mile Day, where we just kept seeing speed horses win and closers come in 4 of the 10 races that day. And then, as I said, horses like Adir Manor that love to win up on the front end. Look for some price horses from off the pace. And then horses like Smooth Like Butter that just love to come in and hit the board. Those are good horses to key underneath as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And I'm going to keep doing these videos, so keep making comments on what you would like me to cover. And I'll try to cover as many as I can on my YouTube channel. And I'm also going to be doing my Road to the Oaks and Derby 2024 video series. So keep checking those as well. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.